Hey there, welcome back guys. In this video we're going to show you how to set up your one-shot miner. That's right, back in the day they used the old pick and axe to mine for gold, but in this particular case you've got a one-shot miner. So you got one of these and you're trying to get it set up. But without any further ado, let's get started. As you can see here, we've got our time. I'll show you how to set the time zone. It's a little glitchy on that end. It's better to set the time zone from your computer with the IP address. So once you have it on, that's the IP address to the one-shot miner, okay? And then you have difficulty 5.2, which is about 77%, which is the conversion right there. See? And, without any further ado, let's get started so you can get set up. But just know, let's say, look, I'm at 77%. Oh my God, I'm almost there. I'm only like, there's a chance I could win Bitcoin. But knowing that moving forward, there's zero chances because you got to start from zero to be a hero when you lose the power. So once you power it off, let's say your power goes out, here's our touch screen. You can see the rate of the Bitcoin. Oh wow, the stylus works a little bit better, sort of. It's a little glitchy on that end. There we go. Oh, I thought everything was red a second ago. You get your Bitcoin rate, and then you have a clock. You could leave it as a clock, and you can see your rate, and then etc. But remember, once you lose the power, that's it. You start from zero again. But it will still power up and pick up from the starting point with all your settings and Wi-Fi. So if we power it on, see, it's going to power on and activate. It's connected to my Wi-Fi. But as you saw, we were at 77%. I was so close. I could have been the next billionaire, well, millionaire, quadrillionaire. I don't know. But it was actually, if we look over here, difficulty rate. There was about, the best of difficulty was about 5 shares in there. But it is what it is. As you can see, we reset it. We have here, it is what it is. All right, so, as you can see, the Wi-Fi settings do save. Now we're gonna reset. The reset button's right there. If you like this case here, I'll leave a link to it. You can actually print it if you have a 3D printer. It's really cool because they actually took into consideration the power cord, so that when you put it like this and have it connected to a power source, everything will work out just right for you. See? So here's the reset button right there. That button right there. You could use your stylus or unscrew the back and see, wait for it. Whoops, don't push it too hard. And there we go. It's going to reset. Wait about 2 seconds before letting go and wait for it to start up. Once it starts up, see, you're like, oh no, what do I do? So you can either do this from the computer or your phone. I'll show you from the phone. From the computer, you would just basically go here, right? And other networks. And it should show up. It takes a little bit of time to show up. Wait for it. And if you click other, nothing does show up. But if we go here, right, other networks, it's still not there. So what you would do is you would just turn off your Wi-Fi, turn it back on, and wait for it. See, and there it is right there, Nmap 2.4G, and then you would connect to it and it would bring you to this screen right here. But I'll show you how to do it from your phone. 1 second. Just gonna push everything over here so that it works out just right for you. And there we are. See, there it is right there. There's our phone. And so similar to the phone, it'll create a splash screen, except, you can't connect to the IP address until it actually appears on the device. Knowing that, moving forward, we're just going to cross out here and go into settings. Okay, because most people will probably, you're going to set it up from your phone anyway. Go to here, the same thing, see? And by default, another screen is going to pop up. The splash screen. See, configure Wi-Fi. Okay, and wait for it to load. It takes a little bit of time to load. Well, I'll put my time zone in, right, which is 5. I'll leave a link to the description down below so that you guys can figure out your time zone, which is right here. See? Just put, for me, it's 5. For you, it would be, I don't know, you find your number. Now we're just going to go to the Wi-Fi. You see your Wi-Fi networks will show up. Newer routers will have a fallback to 2.4 gigahertz. So you can either choose a 2.4 gigahertz, but if you have a newer router, just choose your main Wi-Fi because the conversion will be there. And as you can see, when I press that, it's going to ask for my password, and I'll put the password in. Okay. Once you have your password in, you select go. And as soon as you set go, this should reboot and connect. See, the timer started. I'm going back on my Wi-Fi network from my phone on the fallback, and then moving forward, see, Wi-Fi connect. It's connected. It's connected. You want to see connected. If it doesn't connect, it's either because it's not 2.4 gigahertz or you typed in your password wrong. Once it gets set up, just wait for it. And again, we're starting from 0 again. Knowing that and moving forward, 50% takes a little bit to connect. And if the time doesn't work, we'll show you how to do it from here. Same setup, the same thing we did on the phone, you can actually do on your computer too by connecting to the Wi-Fi, as you saw when we shut it off and turned it on again, and the magic happened. With the phone, for some reason, it just works like that. So, you decide which setup process is right for you. But as you can see, it looks like we are connected, and voila. And again, you save the IP address so that you can actually look at it from your phone if you want to, but if not, that's okay. And as you can see here, we're back, and let's just stop mirroring from here, and voila. See, we had the best of the difficulty, which was 5. Time is correct, 11:44, so it did save the time zone. But if it doesn't, what you would do is you would just go here and then go into time zones right there. 5. So if it doesn't save, if it glitches out, you would just put the 5 there. And then apparently, according to the folks at oneshotminer, it says, "Hi Louis, thank you for your message and your recent order. I understand you expected a USB-C connection on your oneshotminer, but received a unit with a micro USB instead. To help clear this up, could you please send a clear photo of the device port area?" Which I did. I sent them a video, kind of like the one I'm giving you right now, if possible. Also include prior photo of device. No need to do a photo if I do video, but the main concern here is this part. oneshotminer does not use a cloud account or external dashboard. Status of any mining results are accessed locally, either on a screen, if your device has one, or through a local status page that can be found by visiting the miner's IP address on your home network. If you let me know what you see on the device or its local page, I can walk you through how to check for block discoveries and explain the process for accessing your mining rewards. Feel free to reply with photos of any details you can see on the device. I'm here to help you I'm here to help you every step of the way. Best regards, Maya, oneshotminer. So as you can see, I'm a little skeptical about the wallet part because that's not my wallet, but it came straight from the horse's mouth that, if you win, I guess you'll be guided through it's like a lottery ticket. So this is your golden ticket. This is the lottery. If you win the lottery, don't lose your ticket, because apparently they'll walk you through the process and how you can collect your dollars or cents. Well, not really dollars, since it's all digital currency. And that is pretty much it on that sense. And as you can see, we can scroll through it. See, we can have our clock. We can scroll through it. See? And we could use this as a clock on the desk, or we can leave it as is. You probably want to take off to have a better experience with the touch screen. Just peel off the film, see? And now it should be somewhat better with the stylus, and you get your rates right there. And that's pretty much it. There's the reset button, which is right there. Then there's the power button, but it doesn't make sense to shut it off anyway, because once you shut it off, you're starting from 0 again. You can put a piece of black tape on here, which I might do, because for me, when I'm recording, I don't need that reflective light. And then, you'll have here. And just remember, when you put it together, that you need to have the back end like this, so that these ports are accessible, and you can still touch the reset button. And then when putting the faceplate on, if it's not going on, make sure that that little hole, see, is on the way it's supposed to. Otherwise, the screws won't go in. Kind of neat, huh? You get your chance and opportunity to win 1% of the winnings that's out there, the billions of dollars or coins at stake. That might work right for you. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I hope that this video helped you. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next time.